So how can I balance my coaching business with family time? So this is a question we get asked a lot by our clients who are also coaches, but then people that they're coaching struggle with this too. Like, how do they balance it all? So I know we've come into some things very recently that helps us stay more focused and more intentional with where we're at. And I'd like us to actually talk a little bit about how we help coaches, but then also how we help coaches coach the people that are their clients to getting better results. Not only that, but also being able to handle and balance multiple things. Let's talk about like the mindset, the tactics, and the accountability, because that's what we always talk about on this channel, right? The mindset, which is having to do with the coaching, having to do with like the thoughts that you have around that thing. The tactics, meaning like how can you rearrange your schedule and figure it out? And then the accountability, getting you to show up. So what comes up for you first?
So as far as the mindset piece, I think that first we have to kind of recognize that we can't balance everything. That I think the push to try to evenly distribute your time and your energy between family, your health, and your business is really something that's not going to help you. So it's first identifying and becoming aware that there isn't a true balance to everything. Now, there's a focus that we can have. There's like a little bit of harmony that we can play around with, but that is all kind of on an individual level. So what I try to do with my clients is help them identify that, help them identify what are their priorities, what's most important to them, and what's important in that particular season that they're in. So if right now their business is something that they really want to gain momentum in, then we try to focus on how we can implement some really laser focused strategies so that they are able to spend time on their business, but not so much that it's impeding in their other areas.
It sounds very similar to the 80-20 rule. I know you're going to talk about that in a second, but I really like that first mindset shift. So whenever I'm coaching, whether it's a coach or a client, one of the things I want to do is get them to feel that the fact that they feel like they're off balance or whatever problem they're bringing me is because they want me to help them with it, right? But they're currently feeling like they're off balance. To let them know that that's an important part of the process, because that is just evidence that there's a great opportunity here, right? And this is the way that it always works, right? Is you feel out of balance. And so that gives you the foresight to go, maybe I should reflect on this and make some changes to it. So it's important to just recognize that, hey, you know what? Maybe you're off on the wrong path, but actually that's an important thing because it tells you that your values are out of alignment. It's time to get into alignment. So I like to give them the hope, because a lot of times people bring problems to us, right? They're like, how do I grow my business? How do I do this? How do I make this kind of impact? And it's an important question to ask because you're going through that struggle. So it's an opportunity for you to find the answer to that. And if you weren't going through that struggle, or you were going through that struggle and didn't even bring it up, like, then that would show me that maybe it wasn't as important to you, right? So being able to reframe it so you can give them hope that there's a possible solution, 100%. I love that. Now, you talk about the 80-20 rule. Can you kind of explain that and how you actually do help your clients find what's the most important thing to do?
Yeah. So the idea of the 80-20 rule is basically that you identify what is the 20% of activities that are going to produce 80% of your results. So that's really kind of like the focus, the laser focus that we talk about, because there is not, you don't have like this abundance of time and especially energy. So there are certain things that you can identify that really move the needle forward for you in, for example, your business. So there are certain things that you can identify that are your 20% that are going to produce 80% of your results. A lot of times we have it backwards, where we focus on the things that don't move the needle forward and we spend the most time and the most energy in those areas. And that's where we find ourselves in trouble because we can't gain momentum that way.
Yeah, I know we kind of call that the whirlwind when it comes to like us coaching our clients. Is very easy to get trapped in the whirlwind, and that pulls you out of the goals, the impact, and what you want to do and create, especially when it comes to the new year, right? So being able to identify the things that move the needle the most are really important and vital. I mean, it's something that we even do in our breakdown session where we help, the clients come up with goals. It's very easy to come up with 72 new activities for you to do, right? But when you focus on the things that move the needle the most, it's crazy how much quicker you can move your business, move your family connection, and move your weight loss on the scale, or whatever it is that you're like helping a client coach around, is when you help them get that focus. You're a coach with a big heart and a powerful desire to make a real difference in the world. But what if you could increase your impact, increase your confidence, and grow a business with ease? I want to help by offering you a free coaching call so we can discover exactly how to help you feel aligned and equipped to guide your clients to even more incredible results. We'll also create a plan to scale your business while maintaining your work-life balance. If you're ready to turn your passion of helping other people into sustainable growth, click the link below and book your free call. Thank you for being willing to lean in, and let's get right back into the show. So let's talk about the third thing. Let's talk about accountability. I want to talk about this one for a little bit just because accountability is an important piece because it's the uncomfortable piece. We kind of like want to pretend that we can do it on our own, sit in the back of the room, and then we repeat a lot of the problems and things that we've done in the past. And it's because we just want to stay safe, right? We don't want to tell another human that this is our goal and to hold us to it, right? Or even we think about accountability and we're like, I love it. I'd love to be accountable. And then when it happens, like you don't want to lean into it, right? So this is one of those things where, we always talk about like being uncomfortable. And when you lean into uncomfortableness, like that gives you the greatest opportunity to step up and to show up in a different way. Like Jim Rohn always says, like if you want something different, you have to do something different. And so when you put yourself out there, when you either have a mentor, we have our Coach Accelerator program. We have there's so many opportunities for you to lean into a group, a team, a mentor, somebody to hold you accountable. And not somebody who will let you off the hook, but somebody who knows and appreciates you and knows that you have another level inside of you. That's the person that you want to grab onto. They're not going to beat you up, but they're going to call you forward and get you to step into the best version of you. That is always something that I find is so incredibly important, no matter what your client is trying to achieve, no matter what you're trying to achieve, is ask yourself, like, who can I find that maybe is a few steps ahead of me that can help hold me to this? So it's really, really powerful. All right. So winding this all up, the mindset, knowing that you have hope, there's possibilities. This is trying to teach you a lesson. The tactics, what are the things that matter the most to you and how can you take action on that? And number 3 is how can you put yourself in an environment where somebody can call you forward to get you to take action? That's the power to making sure that you have everything in alignment and you're finding that harmony that's really going to help you not only excel in business, but excel in personal life too.